The Chicago Bulls showed a lot of potential with their offense, but we're going to talk about how they can continue to improve on said offense. And then we're going to talk about that second unit of Javon Carter, Ayo Dosunmu, etc., etc. You know, we're going to talk about it, break it down, but you know, you got to hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm with my dog CDubb. How you doing, boy?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. What's up? That was an interesting game we just seen, bro. Interesting.
It was. But hey, if y'all like what y'all listen to, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so every time we drop, you be one of the first ones to know. Now, we've seen a lot of things with the Chicago Bulls in their first preseason game on Sunday afternoon, early in the afternoon, kind of replaced the Bears game that would have been on. If not, they didn't play on Thursday. But nonetheless, we've seen a lot of different things happen with the Chicago Bulls offense. Before we talk about how they can continue to improve, CDubb, let's hear your thoughts on the offense for the Bulls' first preseason game.
We knew coming into this season that the Chicago Bulls was going to have to do some drastic changes that the way they do business on both sides of the floor, I think. And throughout the first game of the preseason, they did that. It's going to be more up-tempo. We're going to get more passing on the ball and more player movement on the court. So this is way different than what we've seen in the previous couple years. Let's see if this continues. I like what I see. I think this is a great mathematical equation to be a better team in this league. It's actually pretty modern, to tell you the truth. We've been hanging on the fringes of being modern and not being modern for the last 3 years. And you even had DeMar DeRozan out there shooting threes and hitting threes. So this is very interesting. I'm be loved to see more of this from this team. Very interesting.
Yeah, man. The Chicago Bulls shot a total of 35 threes in yesterday's game.
Wow.
They shot 35, not yesterday, Sunday's game. They shot it in Sunday's game 35 times. They went 12. They hit 12 threes in the first half and only hit one the rest of the game. But you know, pretty much the guys that's normally going to get all the minutes in the regular season, they weren't present, you know, for the, majority of the last part of the game. But I would say this, the up-tempo is definitely good. I definitely believe it needs to improve. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about the improvements on what they need to make. And for me, I would say that you just got to go ahead and live up to your term that you came out with, continuity. Let's make sure that we continue in this thing the correct way. Let's make sure that we get this thing down packed. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be some growing pains, especially with now you're going to have your point guards coming in and out of the lineup for the next few games, I believe. But I would say, hey, CDubb, I believe the Chicago Bulls need to get this point guard battle figured out like right away. You know what I'm saying? I think you don't want to let this thing linger too long, because you want whoever that eventual starter, whoever that's going to be able to run with the first team as much as possible, so where they can go ahead and make mistakes now, so you can limit the mistakes moving forward. I did like the driving kicks. I do like the increased off-ball action, and I do like when Patrick Williams said, give me that off the backboard. Let me take it down court. Take it down court. Oh, you ain't going to step up? Let me go ahead and drain it. Let me shoot that shot. To me, that's an added element. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not say it's the best shot, but if a guy has the shot, he's feeling comfortable, why not?
Yeah. I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I'm gonna disagree you on the point guard explanation. You said they should find it out right away. I think they got plenty of time. I would like to see Javon Carter probably start the next game, and then I would like to see Ayo Dosunmu start the game out of that.
Agreed.
I think that'll be fair if you say it's a competition. So I'm willing to wait and have a little patience. Not to say that you are wrong or nothing like
No,
that. Yeah, yeah,
that's my time. That's my mindset. Allow each point guard to have their game where they starting and see a majority of their time spent with the first team, and then
yeah.
let's go ahead and figure this thing out. You had days of training camp. You have a video evidence now. Let's sit down at the table and make an informed decision.
Oh, I feel you. You saying you don't need any extra time, like
Yeah, I don't
one
need them
game
to. I don't.
apiece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's get these games. You know what I'm saying? Each player get a game. I don't think you need to say, "Hey, Kobe White, let's go ahead and try you another game." Okay, Javon Carter, we're gonna give you 2 games, and Ayo Dosunmu, we're gonna give you another game. Man, I
yeah.
think you can go ahead and figure this thing out like sooner rather than later.
Okay, I feel that. So after the three, after Javon Carter gets his chance, and then Ayo Dosunmu get his chance, we go ahead and name Kobe White the point guard, the starting point guard, because it's gonna be hard to top this young kid and
For
what he
sure.
did. He looked really good. When I say what could the Bulls do to get better or improve themselves, I say they just need to touch up. I like what I've seen so far in the preseason. Now let's touch it up and the continuity. I I hate this C word. Do you believe it's still continuity? Because
Yeah.
Javon Carter and Torrey Craig is going to be integral parts of this core of players when you talk about Zach and Vooch and DeMar, even add Kobe White and Patrick Williams in there. So it's not continuity anymore because we got two more important pieces that we add to the equation. So I just want to throw that away. This is my way of getting rid of that word. So this is a whole entire new vibe coming from the Chicago Bulls, in which is going to be hellacious. Do you see all them hands in the passing lanes? I
Yes,
think they
sir.
got like what 12 steals. You know, did they get like 12 something like that? They got double
Yeah, they had
digit
like
steals.
12 steals, I believe.
They had hands in the passing lanes. We were getting rebounds. We seen a couple blocks out there. I like how scrappy they playing scrappy. And you know, that's a way that the Chicago Bulls fans will fall in love with you. You remember that team? I like it before you go, nephew. I like it. Remember, we had Nate Robinson. He was running the
Hmm.
point guard position and he was taking us into the playoffs. That team was scrappy. They played defense, hands in passing lanes, and they gonna battle you every single minute of each basketball game. I love the way and the direction this team is going. So that's why I say touch it up and let's get it as perfect as we can.
Yeah, I would say if you want to go ahead and make improvements, you gotta give opportunities to Nikola Vucevic a little bit more. You got to make sure that he stays engaged because he got a lot to prove. Call it what you want. He got to show up. He got to be able to do what he got to do. He need to go ahead and step up and do. You know what I'm saying? It is just the first preseason game, so we not gonna overreact. Everything is not gonna be perfect, but you definitely want to make sure that the ball is constantly moving because we seen periods in possessions where the ball moving was solid.
Yeah.
But you want to see, you know what I'm saying, Nikola Vucevic involved in that a little bit more. Or if it's gonna be Nikola Vucevic taking a step back in favor of Patrick Williams, you got to see if that's the best thing for the team. So you got to do different things because Patrick Williams had more shot attempts than Nikola Vucevic in this game. I would imagine that will change. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be like that. But if that's gonna be the new way, you still got to keep them engaged and involved for sure.
You see what Vooch was catching the ball, where he was catching the ball most of the time is at that free throw line in the paint right there area. He wasn't even looking to score. He was looking to kick it to the opposite end of the court. Uh Maybe I like
Is
the
that
second part.
schematically?
Yeah, that's all that I was about to say. Like I like what you said at the end of there. Like in that position, he's not even looking. So I know it's preseason, maybe in the regular
Yeah, just
season.
one game,
Yeah,
so we
you know what
can't,
I'm saying.
Mhm.
But it looked like he gonna be like a like a hockey assist man. You get that man to the
Yeah, I
oh,
get
you
you.
know what? Because the Bulls faced a lot of zones last season. And what they were doing with Vooch last game against the Milwaukee Bucks of him standing in the paint at the free throw line and then giving it to the opposite end of the court. That's a great way to destroy a zone. So
Mhm.
I like it in that case. Maybe this ain't the way they're gonna play all the time, but especially to get the zone. I wish we see this more.
For sure. Yep. Hey, y'all let us know how y'all feeling about the Chicago Bulls offense. Keep in mind it is one game. Let's not overreact. Let's just talk
Preseason
about,
game too.
you know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about how we can improve, what it needs to look like, what needs to be added, what needs to be taken away.
Yeah.
But now we want to dive into that second unit that the
Mhm.
Bulls tried it out there.
Mm.
Man, they tried it out. Javon Carter, Ayo Sumu, Alex Caruso, Torrey Craig, and Drummond. I'm one of the belief that it has some solid potential to be
Yes.
a really good second unit. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. You're gonna have a hard time going against these guys. These are all mostly dogs in this second unit. You could probably say all of them dogs to tell you the truth. When you talk about ball pressure, when you talk about perimeter defense, you talk about one of the greatest rebounders in NBA history. Defensively, this will be one of the best groups in the NBA. If this is the case, if Javon Carter don't win the point guard
Mhm.
position, which I think Kobe White got the edge after seeing him. This team, it'll be fun to watch. You got a lot of hustle plays on there. You maybe have a little bit of a problem scoring with that bunch in there. Maybe you throw in Patrick Williams in there. I like to see Patrick
Yeah,
Williams
he played.
a
He
lot.
played. Got some minutes with them too.
I like to see him more as like a primary scorer with that group. But I would like that group as a whole if you had to put them in there for a stretch. They definitely can hold the league or bring you back. I like that. I like
Yeah, I
that thought.
think I like the second unit too. I think that when you talk about it on the defensive side, it's definitely gonna be something to watch. Now, when it comes to you pointed to one of the biggest things is that's the offensive scoring. Now I believe they have the players that are capable. Just about every guy on there can shoot a three. And you can probably get a little bit of facilitation with Javon Carter and Ayo Sumo out there since you got two ball handlers. If you want to add Alex Caruso, that'll be three ball handlers on the team.
Yeah.
But I think that will have to come if you running this. Billy Donovan gonna have to coach, have to coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't really look at any one of these players as a guy that could be like, all right, give him the ball. He gonna be able to get his own shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to kind of be like within the flow of things. Something has to be set up. Kind of like, it's not always a bad thing that you gotta, play actual basketball and you don't want to go ISO. It's not always a bad thing. But if they get in a drought per se, you know what I'm saying? They are stopping other teams, saying for a stretch, but you want to stop the team so you in return can score. So
Yeah.
that's when you add in something like you said, maybe a Patrick Williams or let a Zach Levine run with him a little bit, or
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan run with him a little bit, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and if you want to keep that squad you got with Caruso and Javon Carter and Ayo and Andre Drummond and Torrey Craig, maybe you want to run and gun a little bit more. If you're gonna have that, you
That's fair.
gotta get as many easy buckets as possible. I think the whole team got to get as many easy buckets as possible. Honestly, case you're gonna definitely pump them up. Just run. You get a steal, run. You get a rebound, push that ball. We got to because you ain't got the regular scores out there like Zach Levine and DeMar DeRozan or Patrick Williams or Nick Vooch or Kobe White. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's interesting. It's very interesting to watch. I would like to see more. I'm craving for more. Basketball is back.
Yeah.
The Bulls is back. I can't wait to see them again. I liked what I seen. I'm ready for the next
Me too. I'm ready for the next one because I definitely want to see how Javon Carter holds up in that starting role. And then I also want to see if Ayodo Sumu gets to,
one. Yeah.
display his talents in the starting role. And it's still early in preseason. We still got a few games left. So we're not gonna overreact to everything. We're gonna let this thing
Yeah.
kind of build itself out, but we will evaluate and go ahead and pretty much say, hey, this is kind of what we believe in. They should take away, what they should add, et cetera, et cetera. Just break it down some analysis. So that's what
Yeah.
we trying to look at. And good discussion. I'm ready.
Bro.
But
You
you got
gotta like it,
anything
though.
left?
Yeah, you gotta recognize that they're really trying to change the template of this team. You know, the first 5
Mhm.
shots of this game were 3-point shots.
Bro.
Well, they missed all of them. But they were some good shots though, nephew. They were
Yeah.
good shots. And in this modern age, uh that's a great shot. And I think the Bulls are trying to modernize their offense. in the way they
For
play.
sure. And that's the best thing that you can ask for, is that these guys try to modernize their offense, at least so you can keep up with the thing. Y'all know it's some crazy people out here in this world who say we need to run a 2000 Shaq and Kobe when we ain't even got a Shaq and Kobe. Yeah, we gonna keep going.
Past that.
Hey, before I go, appreciate y'all, man. We gonna keep it pushing. I ain't got nothing else to say.
What you was gonna say?
Make sure y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to call in and give a take, call in 773-242-9219. It's another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. I'm Bobby. That's CDubb. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.